Hello friends, welcome to the world of industrial safety management. Today we are going to look into Discourse 3, which is part 3 of the 4 parts of the topic awareness of safety. Here we are going to deal with the subject accidents and its causation. Now we will try to understand from this graphic, or you may say a cartoon, that how accident take place and what is the three-layered causal theory of the accidents. Now you can see that a person was injured because he met with an accident, that is that he slipped. So he got injury because of the way he slipped on the road. So what is the proximate cause of the injury? The proximate cause of the injury is that the person slipped over a peel of banana. Now we have to keep on asking the question that first proximate cause is that person was injured because he slipped. Now the question comes, why he slipped? Because there was an unsafe condition. There was an underlying cause. It was an unsafe condition. What was that unsafe condition? That a peel of banana was lying on the road and he overlooked it and slipped over it. So when I am saying he overlooked it, that means you can also say that even if there was an unsafe condition, there was an unsafe act committed by him. Because if he would have been attentive while walking on the road, he could have easily averted the peel of banana. So underlying cause is always unsafe condition, and it is also caused by the unsafe act. So why the peel of banana was there? No further question. The peel of banana was there because somebody ate banana and just threw away its peel on the road carelessly, recklessly. So there was an unsafe act committed by a person who threw the peel of banana. We have already seen the unsafe act committed by the person who was the victim of the accident. So what is the root cause? The root cause is there was a unsafe act committed by a certain person. So the root cause is the human error. So friends, try to understand that about 90% of accidents are caused by human error. So if you want to prevent the accident, we have to eliminate the human errors to stop the accidents. Now let us see another graphic. Here you can see that a mason is working on a scaffolding. He is constructing a wall. Now the bricks are lying on the plank and some of the bricks are just on the edge of the scaffold. So a unsafe condition is created. That means their hazard is created, because there is a chance that at any time the brick may fall down. So you can see that there is an unsafe condition. Now by chance, because of certain push or certain vibration, the bricks fell down. The brick falls down on the ground. There was nobody around, and so it can be considered as near miss. But if at all there would have been certain person standing below, and if that brick will hit his head, that person will meet with an accident and he will be injured. Now you can see the helmet lying around. Now what we can understand from that, that if he has worn the helmet at the time of falling of the brick, there may be an injury, but that injury may be less because there was a helmet to protect his head. But if the helmet is not worn, even though you are having it, you are just putting that helmet in your hand instead of your head, and if the brick falls down on your head, then the injury will be major. So we have already seen in the last discourse that how when a particular unsafe condition or the hazard realizes, there are two chances. In one chance there may be a near miss or there may be an accident. Now we'll look into a real example. This happened in one of the pharmaceutical industries I know. Now there was a wash bay, there was a hot water tank, and that hot water tank, the hard pipes were connected with a hose. So hose connector in a wash bay was there, and it happened that 2-3 times, it may be being old or it may be of the substandard quality, it came out. It came out, but fortunately the worker was not around. He closed the wall and he put the hose back. But what he did is, he just put the glue and just put it on the hard pipe. Now you know that the water which was being used, or it was a mix of steam and water, which was operating at 90 degrees centigrade. So after 3 times, when at the 4th time when the hose came out, the worker was nearby the hose or doing something with the hose. And what happened is that the steam or the hot water entered the gloved hand of the operator and he sustained hand and wrist injury, the scars. So what is the lesson to be learned here is that there were near misses. 3 times the hose came out, but fortunately the accident didn't take place. If that worker would have taken the appropriate action, that replacing the hose or putting additional jubilee clips on that, by doing himself, or if he is not able to do, by reporting to the higher authorities, if that hose would have been repaired, the accident would have not taken place. So it is very, very important to identify the hazard, understand the near misses and act on it, take the corrective action immediately. So, as we have seen the three-layered causal theory or the causation theory, accident happens first instance we look into the proximate and immediate cause. But you keep on asking the question why. So why analysis. So after knowing the proximate or immediate cause, you try to understand what is the underlying cause. So underlying causes are always unsafe act and the unsafe conditions. Almost 88% or the 90% are the unsafe act, 10 to 12% are the unsafe conditions created, not because of the unsafe acts. But try to understand that the unsafe acts get converted or get culminated into unsafe conditions. So unsafe act or the human error is considered to be the root cause of the accident. So with this help of graphic, we have understood what is the root cause and why the root cause is the cause of the accident. So in short, there are only 10% unsafe conditions as a cause of the accident, and in 90% of the cases it is a human error. So what is the root cause? Root cause lies in the psychology of a person, it lies in the attitude of a person, and many other things like lack of knowledge or his physical conditions. So what is the improper attitude? It may be a willful disregard, that you know the procedure, if you know the rule, you have been given the instruction, but knowingly you disregard the rules. You are reckless, you have negligence, so you do things in a very rash manner and meet an accident. You are lazy, even after knowing the problem, you are not taking action. We have seen that in the last slide that the hose came out 3 times, but maybe because of the negligence, because of the laziness, that worker did not repair it himself or report it. Then you have the non-cooperative attitude, that your higher ups, your supervisors, your managers explain you, tell you, they ask your cooperation for maintaining safety, but you neglect them. You don't have that non-cooperative attitude. Sometimes out of fear also you commit accidents. So you do something in a haste or under that fear, and you create certain hazardous condition or commit to the accident. Then there is an ego, that I know the things, I am working here, I have experience of 25 years, 30 years, and in 30 years I have not come across any accident, so what will happen in the future? So there is an ego. There is impatience, you want to complete your work as fast as possible, and so you disregard the safety rules. You are absent-minded, you don't have the attention to your work. Then there is an excitement, that there may be some good news, some bad news, because of that you are excited, or sometimes because of the worries that you have to take admission of your child, or your mother is sick, or your wife is having certain problems. So you are engrossed in those thoughts and you are mentally unstable. So you are not attentive to the job. So these are the different improper attitudes which create human error. Then there is a lack of knowledge. If you are not skilled, every job requires certain skills, certain abilities, certain training. So if you are not skilled, if you are not trained, Secondly, if you are not convinced, that means if somebody tells you that the thing is to be done in this way, but you are not convinced, you think that no, this is to be done in other way. So if you are not convinced, if you don't have the experience. Thirdly, if you are physically unsuited, that means your hearing is impaired, your vision is poor, you can't see the things properly, you can't hear the things properly, you are aged, because of that your reflexes are not good. There may be a incidence takes place because of a particular gender, that is male and female. See, naturally females have their own way of reacting the things, so they are many a times fearful to something, and because of that they may commit the accidents. If you are working at height, and if you develop giddiness when you are working at height, if you are ill, you are having fever and you are low, you are fatigued, if you are crippled, so physically there is some problem with your hand or your fingers, and very importantly, if you are under intoxication, that means if you are consume alcohol or the drugs. So these are the root causes, and these root causes cause the human error, and because of the human error the accident takes place. Now this cartoon shows that ego or I know everything attitude. That supervisor is trying to explain to that worker, and he is retorting back that I am doing this job since last 35 years and nothing has happened. A very bad attitude. Then there is a work pressure, there is a production target, you have to complete it within the time, and so you totally disregard or disrespect these safety procedures and try to finish the job in haste, in a hurry, and because of that hurry and neglecting the safety rules, you may commit an accident. Now what is the consequences of accident? First is death, that there may be death or multiple deaths because of the accident. Then there may be a partial or permanent disability. You may lose your one leg or both the legs, because of that you have to adopt to the wheelchair. You may lose your fingers, so there is a loss of limb. If you lose your fingers, you will not be able to do the job properly. You are seriously ill, and so you are admitted to the hospital for months together. So the other chances of prolonged illness and a permanent or a partial disability. And most importantly, or the most worst thing is misery of your dear and near ones, your family, because they suffer. If somebody from the family is lost, family face the misery, they face the trauma, and many a times that particular person is a lone breadwinner of the family, so the family comes into the financial difficulties. So that may happen. Now you can see these funny pictures. They may look funny, but they are serious. That people are completely reckless. From the picture itself, you can understand, I need not explain it, that how people are acting unsafely, how their behavior is unsafe. These are all examples of the bad safety culture. Particularly in our country, we have zero safety culture. Again, these pictures can show you how the disregard for the safety is there. So friends, we have seen or listened to how accident takes place, what are the causes of the accident, what is the causal theory, and what are the consequences of the accidents, and how there is a lack of safety culture in our society. So thank you for watching. You can further resume viewing. You can switch on to Discourse 4, where we will discuss about the principles and essence of safety. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to channel. Once again, thank you very much.